All right, this is such BS, dude. Like, Activision confirms Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So obviously, look, there's gonna be a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. We're all excited about it. It's coming out in July, which is pretty soon. We're all excited about it, right? This just in, Activision confirms that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 and the remake of 3 and 4 will not have the original career mode. Instead, like in the first 3 games, each Pro Skater 4 level will feature a list of challenges to complete in a 2-minute run. This is such bull, dude. So if you've played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, right? And I've never played Pro Skater 3. I played Pro Skater 1, 2, 4, the Thug series, and then American Wasteland and Project 8. But if you played the original Pro Skater 4, the main difference about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 and the 1 through 3 was the career mode. So like this says, in Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 1 through 3, each level features a list of challenges that you complete in a 2-minute run. So you're in these different levels, whether you're at the school or you're at the warehouse, and you have 2 minutes to complete a set of challenges. And then you restart the level, you complete more challenges, you restart, complete more until you've completed enough to move on to the next level, which is cool, right? This is fine. And no one had an issue with this until Pro Skater 4 came out. When Pro Skater 4 comes out, it's more of an open world type level where there's no timer. There's this little 2-minute timer that you have to complete challenges. That doesn't exist in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. It's a completely open level where you skate around and you find different people who give you challenges to complete. So because you don't have this 2-minute timer in Pro Skater 4, it allows you to do different types of challenges. More fun. It just opens up the mission type a lot more than compared to having a 2-minute timer. The 2-minute timer doesn't exist. And this is the main differentiating factor between Pro Skater 4 and the first 3 Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. And now they're changing it. This would be like, yo, Ubisoft, we're remaking Assassin's Creed 1. But you can't climb anything though. Like, you can't climb anything. Like, dude, what? So here's the article from Kotaku. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 is making a big change to how Pro Skater 4 works. The game, like 2020's Pro Skaters 1 and 2, is a full remake of past 2 games. And by the way, I thought the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake was fire. But as I'm playing it, I'm like, see, a lot of my memories come from Pro Skater 4 because we played that so much. So as I'm playing 1 and 2, the remake, I'm like, this is cool. And I remember these levels from as a kid, but what I really miss is Pro Skater 4. So I went on my Steam Deck and I got Pro Skater 4 because it had an open world type feel. So even as I'm playing Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, I'm longing for Pro Skater 4. The remake's set to launch in July. It'll feature old maps, songs, skaters, and tricks fan remembers from the classic games, but there'll be one big change involving career mode. Big change. That's an understatement. Huge change. Kotaku was able to confirm that with Activision that Pro Skater 3 and 4 will not include the original career mode seen in the original version of Pro Skater 4 on the PS2. Instead, like the first 3 games, each Pro Skater 4 level will feature a list of challenges to complete in a 2-minute run. So it effectively makes this a totally different game. So I went from being like, yo, I'm for sure pre-ordering this. It's $49.99. I'm pre-ordering this. I'm going all out. Mind you, I just replayed Pro Skater 4 on my Steam Deck. I was still gonna buy the remake because I hadn't played Pro Skater 3. So I was gonna rebuy that. This is making me question if I even wanna buy this. This is a major change. This isn't how it worked. Like, how do you remake something and then take away stuff? This isn't how it worked in the original Pro Skater form. Yeah, this is not at all how it worked. That game let players skate around levels freely and find challenges to complete. While many of these challenges did have timers, between those challenges, players are free to skate around, explore, and collect money. Pro Skater 4 and that structure of the level, and by having no timer, that's eventually what led to Tony Hawk's Underground 2, American Wasteland. It opened up the series. Like, they never went back to that 2-minute timer after that, as a main focus of the career mode. They expanded on it and the games got better as a result. So the remake not having that is atrocious. When news first broke on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater subreddit, there was a lot of disappointment from fans of Pro Skater 4. They had hoped that the more freeform career mode, which later evolved into the open world of Tony Hawk's Underground, I just said that, that's facts, will be recreated for the remake. That's not the case. There will still be so I guess this is like their compromise. There's still a free skate option, letting you freely skate around and explore, but you won't be able to complete level challenges in that mode. For some, this is a deal breaker, with some complaints stating that this is really just a remake of Pro Skater 3 with levels from Pro Skater 4 added as a bonus. I mean, that's a great point that I never thought of. So this is perhaps a deal breaker for me. Like, I'm someone who grew up playing Tony Hawk, and Pro Skater 4 was always my favorite because of that open world aspect. So not having it, like, and I know at the end of the article here, this guy says, I was not always fond of Pro Skater 4. He says it's not as good as Pro Skater 3 and not as fresh as Tony Hawk's Underground. So he's not too upset about these changes. But the number one thing people said when they saw that 3 and 4, Pro Skater 3 and 4 are getting a remake is great. This is great because that means we're one step closer to a Tony Hawk's Underground remake. This puts that into question. Like, even if they do remake Tony Hawk's Underground, what if they throw the 2-minute timer on that? Which seems odd. Like, there's no way you can play the Tony Hawk's Underground when having a 2-minute timer, right? Bro, same with Pro Skater 4. So it even puts into question, will Tony Hawk's Underground, and I like to mention American Wasteland too, because I really like that game. Will those even get remakes? If they are remade, how much about the game is going to be changed? So yeah, man, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. Fans of 3, you'll still get your game. It's going to look great. I have no doubt that the remakes are going to look great because Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remakes were great. But you cannot remake Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 and change that career mode to have a 2-minute timer. It's like I said, it's like Ubisoft being like, yo, we're going to remake Assassin's Creed, but by the way, you can't climb buildings. Or we're going to remake GTA Vice City, but you can't drive. Like, and lastly, it just leads to the question of why. Why could the studio Iron Galaxy, who's remaking 3 and 4, why could they not include the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater career mode? I know, like, with certain challenges, there might be licensing issues because you had Bob Burnquist give the challenge, or you had Bam Margera give the challenge, but you can just replace those with just random NPCs. Same challenge, just different voice actor, different likeness. It's such a core part of Pro Skater 4. I honestly hope that Iron Galaxy, who's developing this game, I hope they see the audience reaction, which I suppose is negative. Because as you can see, I went and gave my opinion on this. That's me. I hope it causes them to delay this game. Delay this game until you can get the right stuff in Pro Skater 4, man. You cannot change that career mode, man. Again, this is like having Tony Hawk's Underground remake, but it's a whole 2-minute timer thing. It changes the entire game. And obviously Underground, it has a story mode. Pro Skater 4 didn't really have a story, but it was that midway between the old school, old style Tony Hawk games and the new style being Underground and American Wasteland. You might be saying to yourself, well, they wouldn't do that because there's a story that Underground has that Pro Skater 4 doesn't. One would think so, right? One would hope so. So anyways, that's all I got for today. What do y'all think about this? If you love Pro Skater 3 and were never really a big fan of Pro Skater 4, probably not a big deal to you. But if you were as head over heels for Pro Skater 4 as I was, this is heartbreaking. And it does not bode well for a potential Underground 1 and 2 and American Wasteland remake. It just doesn't bode well. You can't tweak that career mode, man. Not something major like that. You can change the characters around and stuff like that, but maybe the challenges, change some of it. You cannot change the structure, man. So anyways, that's all I got for today. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.